Hi everyone. We're going to talk through the FleetRover system, the main features and functionality, and what truly differentiates it from other systems that are available in the marketplace today. And the main differentiating factor that we're going to hit on several times is the way that FleetRover presents data, the way that we make fleet management easier. A lot of these systems tend to provide fleet managers with what we like to call a fire hose of data. They're constantly sending them different metrics from different angles. And a fleet manager or a dispatcher doesn't necessarily want all of that information at once because at a certain point in time, it becomes unusable. And the key is to contextualize that information as much as you possibly can. And that's what this system has done. And that's why every one of our customers absolutely loves it. So at the top here, we have cards. And this is the first thing we're going to go through. At the top left, you see the total assets in the fleet. You see how many of them are en route, how many of them are idle, and how many of them have an alert associated with them. This information is presented in this way so that you can make a really quick decision around which vehicles to focus on. If you have two vehicles that have an alert associated with them, chances are those are the vehicles you want to draw your attention to. The ones that are en route aren't a factor, and the ones that are idle you may want to look into because you may want to determine why are those vehicles idle. And this is critical stuff for your overall management and the ease of use of an application. Next to that, we've got drivers. So how many drivers are in the fleet? And here we've indicated how many drivers are violating hours of service. So you can click on this, you can see a list of all those drivers, and that enables you to take steps to ensure those drivers aren't fined correctly or incorrectly. Maybe those are drivers that need to be rescued. Maybe those are drivers that just need to take a rest. And maybe those are drivers who made a mistake on their logs and they're drivers that need those logs edited. Then below that, you've got drivers nearing hours of service violations. So maybe those are drivers you need to redirect. Maybe those are drivers you need to take a close look at. And the critical thing in both of these items is that they give you data points that you need to manage your fleet versus forcing you to dig through data in order to access that information. Then we've got your best drivers and your worst drivers. Next to that, we've got points of interest. So here we're showing you 3 assets in client hubs, 4 assets in fuel and repair stations, 12 assets in other POIs. This is critical. We categorize your geofences, your points of interest, your landmarks, whatever you may like to call it, we categorize them so that you can see data on that on aggregate. So for example, if you want to see how much time your entire fleet has spent at customer locations at the end of the month, we'll give you that information. If you want to see how much time you spent at border crossing or coffee shops, we'll tell you that. If you want to compare how much time driver A, B, and C have spent at coffee shops versus driver D, E, and F, that's available. How much time you're spending at fuel stations, that's available. The averages of this information are available as well. And it's critical to look through because it gives you the ability to optimize operations and find out where time is being gained and time is being lost. So in one card, in one snapshot, we're telling you how many vehicles you have in client hubs, how many vehicles you have in fuel and repair stations, and how many vehicles you have in other POIs. So in a quick instant, you have that data. Now, in another fleet management system or in another report, you'll be able to pull that other data or the other data points I was referencing. Next to that, you have some utilization metrics. So how many miles were covered today compared against an average? How many idle hours today compared against an average? And these utilization metrics, this is what a lot of our fleet management customers are asking for more of. This is what people are building out other cards for. FleetRover will build out custom cards for customers, and we've seen some customers that like these cards so much, they've built out an entire dashboard that is just cards. So people find that information quite useful, especially these utilization metrics. On the right side here, we have alerts, and there's 3 different alert types. So you have the gray alert, the yellow alert, and the red alert. The red alert is indicating that an alert has occurred and hasn't been acknowledged yet. So you didn't even know about it until just now. The yellow alert is alert that is still occurring, and even though it's been acknowledged, you need to know that it's still an issue right now. And the gray alert is an alert that has happened, you've acknowledged it, and it's no longer occurring. Next to that, we have messages. So you're able to send global messages to the entire fleet, and you're also able to send specific messages to specific drivers, and we'll get into that a little later on. In the next video, we'll talk further about the map, how to get additional details about additional drivers, and how to actually parse through the data in this map and use it to its full advantage. Thank you.